Okay, so we've got the Lonely Lake Monster, chapter number 8. He who hates humans. Silence fell over the staff room as Ben and Pearl waited to learn what sort of level 3 creature did not like humans. Mr. Tabby cleared his throat. The new patient is a leprechaun. Pearl and Ben released their breath. A leprechaun! Pearl nearly laughed. She'd been expecting a 3-headed dog or a giant troll. How can a leprechaun be dangerous? Isn't a leprechaun just a small person? Ben asked. Never call a leprechaun small, Mr. Tabby said, smoothing the front of his vest. And never mistake a leprechaun for a human being. They are part of the fairy species and they despise your kind. Why don't they like us? Ben asked as he and Pearl followed Mr. Tabby out of the staff room. Because human beings always try to steal leprechaun gold. I don't want to steal gold, Pearl said. I promise. I saw a movie about a leprechaun. He made shoes, Ben said. That is correct. Mr. Tabby nodded approvingly at Ben. Leprechauns make the very best shoes in the imaginary world. In the movie, the leprechaun could grant a wish, Ben remembered. A wish? Pearl asked. Is that true? Mr. Tabby sighed. Yes, if you steal a leprechaun's gold, the leprechaun will grant a wish in exchange for the gold's return. He raised his eyebrows and leaned close. But be warned, stealing the gold is never a good idea. Leprechauns are notorious tricksters, and getting a wish granted is nearly impossible. It almost always ends badly for the human. Why is it here? Ben asked as they followed Mr. Tabby further down the hall. The leprechaun is male, as are all leprechauns, and fully understands human language, so please do not refer to him as it. Sorry, Ben mumbled. He's been treated for a head cold, Mr. Tabby said, but enough about him. You have other duties today. What kind of duties? Pearl asked. She was ready to do some work. Would she get to braid a unicorn's mane, feed milk to a dragon hatchling, read a story to a sick pixie? You will clip the Sasquatch's toenails. Ben and Pearl groaned. We already met the Sasquatch, Pearl said. The furry creature seemed nice, but it smelled horrid and it had a really bad case of foot fungus. Can't we do something else? You will find the clippers in here. Mr. Tabby opened a door marked supply closet. Get the big ones. Sasquatch toenails are as thick and as bristly as coconut husks. Ben grimaced. Can't it clip its own toenails? Ignoring the question, Mr. Tabby said, You will find the Sasquatch in the forest suite, which spans the entire 3rd floor. Take the elevator. Do not visit any other floors. Do not leave the hospital. When you have completed the toenail task, wait for me in the lobby. His brisk steps echoed off the walls as he headed up the hall, his ponytail swishing back and forth. When he reached the exit, he called to them, Stay out of the identification room, for that is where I will be examining the leprechaun. Then he stepped back into the lobby and the door closed behind him. This is going to be disgusting, Pearl said. Yeah, Ben agreed, but at least it won't be dangerous. The supply closet was crowded with all sorts of stuff like brooms, buckets, shovels, and mops. One of the walls was covered with tools. Ben found a bunch of clippers, some so small they might be used on an insect. He grabbed the big ones. These look like they're for hedges. They made their way to the lobby, where the elevator doors stood open, waiting. Pearl stared longingly at the identification room door, which was closed. Maybe we could just take a peek inside, she said. I'd sure love to see what a real leprechaun looks like. Mr. Tabby told us to stay out of there, Ben reminded her. This is our first day. You don't want to get into trouble on your first day, do you? As much as Pearl wanted to see the new patient, she didn't want to get into trouble. Troublemaker was her title in Buttonville. She didn't want it to be her title in Dr. Wu's hospital. You're right. She followed Ben into the elevator. I just thought we'd be doing something fun, she complained as she pushed button number 3. Clipping toenails doesn't sound fun at all. Well, maybe it will get better, Ben said. I sure hope so. My great aunt Gladys asked me to clip her toenails once. They were thick and yellow. It was gross. The doors closed and the elevator whisked them upwards. After the elevator stopped on the 3rd floor, the doors swished open. Wow, Pearl said as she looked out. Am I seeing things? Cool. And next up is chapter number 9, the Forest Suite. If you're doing one of the chapter chat tasks about the Forest Suite, then make sure you listen carefully to the descriptions of what it looks like up there, of what Ben and Pearl are seeing before you begin the task.